Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. So, fingers crossed, some people will turn up now. Hope you're well. Nice to be back live. Feel a bit better. I've been ill for a couple of days, so yeah, it's nice to be back. Nice to be back. Let's just wait for a few people to come in, shall we? Fingers crossed, people will come in. So the idea is today is cheeky little live. Evening, mate. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Craig, if you don't mind, I'd love it if you could share this out amongst a few groups. That'd be absolutely awesome. Robbie Bain, how you doing? Thanks for joining, mate. Guys, obviously, if you could share this out in chats, groups, whatever, that'd be absolutely amazing. Let's get some people in here, shall we? So, nice to be back at it. Nice to be back at it. Cyprian, how you doing? Hey, how you? Hi, buddy. Panside RC, how you doing? Jensen, how you doing? Doing it now. Thanks for joining in, guys. I really do appreciate it. Guys, share this out amongst friends. Let's get this live stream going. Let's get it busy. So we got 6 people in. I'm going to be doing a bit of work on my cars while I'm in chatting with you all. I hope you can all hear me properly. Matthew Brunt, how you doing? Johnny Haberfield. Now, I was thinking about you earlier on, about the Techno MT410. What an epic car, mate. Honestly, one epic car. Thank you very much. Awesome truck. Really like that. 12 people in. Let's get it going. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Vapor RC, hello. Just got to a hotel with a McDonald's. Wicked. G-Man in RC, evening all. Just finished washing my hair. Which hair? That's the question, because I know you got less hair than me. Robbie, where's your top, Chris? Rob, it's in the wash. I got it dirty the other day, actually. So, yeah, it's in the wash, mate. I will be wearing it, don't you worry. Skunk, evening. Hiya, mate. How you doing? 20. Woo, cheeky. Been doing work on that over the past couple of days. So I'm going to be doing a little bit with that as we're talking in a minute. I've got a few bits I need to sort up on that. And I got some goodies then I want to fit on my xmaxx as well. So, yeah. David Smith, greetings from across the pond. How you doing, mate? Thanks for joining. SERC, hear me though. How's it going, brother? Thanks for joining. Nice to have everyone all in. Thursdays seems to be a thing, doesn't it? Seems to be a thing. So, yeah, it's when I'm going to skate down to the shed. Really nice to be here. Nice cars. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's coming on in here now, isn't it? So the shed is starting to look like a workshop. Guys, speed and power. Speed and power. I love it. Very, very happy with the way it's starting to turn out now. Some lovely cars there, mate. Thank you very much, buddy. Anthony Shield, how you doing, mate? Thanks for joining. I keep going to call you Schnell. I know it's not Schnell, it's Shield. Matthew Brunt, I'll be back soon. No problems at all. So, how is everyone tonight? Are you all okay? Everyone well? Are you all fed and watered? Have you finished doing what you need to do for the day? Are you all settled down? This is the main thing. Are we all in good mindset? Are we ready for like a bit of a chit chat? That's what I need to know. Need a space like that. Looks awesome. Thank you very much, mate. But I want to thank Robbie actually, and obviously Gareth Manning for helping me, and obviously you guys at home, because without you, none of this would be happening. So absolutely amazing. I'm good. Workshop looks good. Sooner or later, you'll catch up with me. Nice. Hello from Marcel in France. Hi, buddy. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. How do you heat up the shed? Little space heater in the corner. and everything's been lined as well, so it's nice and warm in here now. Skunk faffing with the new Mini B. What are you doing to it, Skunk? Jeff, what are you doing? How do? Few items in my basket, ready to come back to it, I see, but missed it so much. Dude, you're always welcome back, you know that. What's your best car? Taz, thanks for joining. Oi, what's occurring? My best car. Oh, God, that's a hard question. That really is an hard question. It would probably. I like them all. I really do for all for different things. We did this last time. It's a really bad place to put me in. This is because I don't like picking. I'm in Washington State, in the United States. So, what time is it over there, David? It's probably late. Oh, sorry. What would it be? You'd be behind in time, wouldn't you? So you'd be around about 4 hours behind us. Is that right? Yeah, mate. I've had a fat chicken burger. Just make my brews to go down to the garage and do some wrenching myself, and watch and listen to you, of course. Thank you very much, Mr. Crash and Bash. Always a pleasure to have you about, my friend. Xmaxx is the best as far as durability goes. Xmaxx is an awesome truck. She is sat by there, as you can see. There's the Xmaxx, and then by here, Outcast 8S, and then we have what we got here. I'll show you actually. We've got the MJX Hypergo, the Rolalo XTS Rally Car, Maverick Quantum Flux R, Limitless, which I've still got to start doing the build on that one, ready for Rossa. The Notorious BIG, my all upgraded EXP version of the Notorious. We've got the body shell for the Mojave, because the Mojave is sat by here, as I just mentioned. Just finishing that up. Techno MT410. We've got Robbie's Habao VTE Extreme 2, I think it's called, because I've got to do some work on that for him. The Habao SST. Love that truck, as you know. Team Associated RC8 B3.2. Corrali Synchro. And I've also got the Punisher coming. And I'm trying to think what else. Thank you very much, Mr. Brunt. I do appreciate that. Thank you. I just noticed. Thanks for the little donation there. Honestly, I do appreciate it. It all helps towards the channel. Thank you very, very much, my friend. Any money that you guys kindly do, send over, it all gets reinvested back into the channel, guys. So thank you, my friend. Let's have a look. How's Grace? Grace is fine. You should do Rossa with a 112th rally. Do you know what? Honestly, Mr. Stefan, I was thinking about that. I was actually thinking about taking the XTS rally car, dumping it on its backside, putting a great big motor in there and seeing how fast I can get it to go. I don't know. Still on the fence for that one. A lot of work. I've got that to think about by there, to be honest with you. So I've got the Limitless to sort out. DBX LE build is done. Well done. Well, I say done. Might even get fit on battery tracer. Jesus. Ended up at $4,000, Chris. Mate, that's a serious investment into that car. How much for a sticker pack? Dude, I haven't got any stickers made up right now, but as soon as I get some stickers, drop me a message and I'll send you some. How's that? That'd be a nice thing. I could do that for you, not a problem. How do Robbie? 11:38 a.m. over there. Yeah, so my friend Larry lives in Pensacola in Florida, and he was saying earlier on, I rang him this morning around about 8 o'clock, and it was like 2:46 in the morning. Luckily he's a night owl, and he was in the gym. Living the dream, Jeff. Got some printed. Get some printed. I'll have some, definitely. I definitely send some over for you, Jeff. You've been more than generous with what helping me towards the channel. Definitely, my friend. Gazapi, evening from Wellwyn Garden City. How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? Harder question. What is your faster car? That's not actually that hard, to be honest with you. Probably the fastest right now is. Can we count the Limitless? Because the Limitless is going to be quick, but I haven't actually put a motor and ESC in that, so technically it's not very fast. But that will be fast. I would probably say at the moment it's gonna be. This is gonna fly. It's got a Max 6 in 1650 kV, 4995. So that is on a 24 tooth pinion. So that is definitely going to be quick. The xmaxx, it's not really quick that one, is it? Let's be honest about it. It's probably about 50 mile an hour now, the xmaxx. The Outcast, not tried that, so I haven't got a clue. I will say though, I haven't clocked this yet, but that is exceptionally fast. Whether it's because the car is so light and there's such a big power system in there, I'm not 110% sure. But the difference is with this one, it handles really, really well. So, as well as if driving fast, the fact that it takes corners as well as it does, that definitely has a sort of. I wouldn't say it's a placebo effect because you can notice it when you're driving it, but that is pretty quick. But yeah, awesome. Notorious. That technically would be pretty fast, but I can't keep the front wheels down. Let's have a look. I'm sitting here wrenching on my Creighton 6S, washing an RC car stream. Go figure. Nice one, my friend. Who's got good top speeds here? I'm working on my Habao rally at the moment. Very, very nice. Martin, thank you very much. Jeff Jukes, I do like that. It's lovely, mate, honestly. Emax FLM build here, very, very nice. I've had a HSP XSTR doing 103 mile an hour. That's because you're absolutely crazy. I know a graphics designer who would help you create some stickers, brother. To be honest with you, I've actually got stickers and everything all designed, so there's no issues there. But I do appreciate it. Thank you, Taz. I don't know. Maybe I'll drop you a message. Jeff, my speedrun car should have stopped by now, mate. DBX Elite was 64 mile an hour, but that couldn't get the power down. Yeah, to be honest, Jeff, you can go a little bit too far with the bashers, though, can't you? To be honest with you, it's all well and good having all that raw power, but if you can't put it on the floor, it's fun trying to do it, though. Gaza P, I agree about the RC8. They're fast in a straight line. They're faster driving around. The RC8 does it well and very fast and manageable. Honestly, that first run I did up in Garth Park really opened my eyes up with that truck. Massively opened my eyes up. It's stupidly fast for what it is. But it handles so well. Right, I'm going to get off my ass now and do a bit of wrenching while we're talking as well. Yeah, definitely enough. 8 mile an hour with a Suga is fun. Yeah, I watched that video actually. You seen what I did to the infraction? 110%, definitely. Mark, how you doing? Evening. How are you, buddy? And I reckon my Italian would be quick too. To be honest, though, Craig, you will need to change those wheels out, I think, to get that sort of speed, won't you? Right. I've only got a few little bits and bobs. I'm going to pop a receiver in you, calibrate it, stick the power switch down, and put the scorch fenders back on, and call this a day. So what are you guys working on at home? I know a couple of you are wrenching at the moment. Let's turn this heater down. It's too hot. Way too hot. I'm looking forward to getting this Punisher, though. Honestly, very much so. I I missed out on the Kagama 4, and as you can imagine, the Kagama 4, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't pick it up, but long short, then Corelli contacted me and said, right, do you want to have a look at the Punisher? Now, being straight with you, I definitely prefer the look of the Punisher over the Kagama 4. The good thing is they're both the same truck as well. Let's have a look. Still on the fire team, mate. Working on a wide max. Received my carbon XTF. Awesome. Honestly, you're going to love that car. It handles so well. Watching a 1-to-1 scale truck and listening to you. Nice. Let's have a look. What else are we? Guys, there are some people in the RC Buddies chat talking. If someone could just nip in there and drop a link in there just to let them know we're live, that would be truly amazing if you could. Right, there's a good question, Chris Cirque. Right, Chris, I was going to talk about this tonight. What do I think of the new Kraton EXP? Right, well, I'm a bit confused by the release of it, quite honestly. I think Armour has kind of shot themselves in their foot. Now, when they released the V6, it came with, obviously, the EXP chassis, many of the upgrades that you'd expect on an EXP, except for, obviously, the towers and a few other marginal bits. When I say marginal, most of us upgrade the towers, especially if you're a follower of this channel. You kind of know that, this is what I do, what a lot of you guys do at home. Now, the EXP, I obviously had the previous version of the EXP, and it was a nice truck. But the only issue I had with it was a few niggly issues with things like drive shafts and stuff like that. And it did take me a long time to kind of get that right. So it's nice to see Armour's addressed that, because the drive shafts actually sit in the cup a little bit better. So fingers crossed, there's not going to be many people with that issue. As far as spec-wise, I think you really, for the extra £150 or whatever it may be to purchase it, you've really got to want that EXP, because you may as well save the 150. If you're someone who's into their upgrades, like us guys, you may as well go buy the BLX, quite honestly, and go find some aftermarket parts. That's my opinion. Now, I know loads of people love their EXPs, but this time around, it doesn't seem like you're getting more for your money. Last generation, the one that I owned, I would say yes, definitely. You're going from a BLX to an EXP. It wasn't even marginal. There was quite a big difference what you got. The only real selling point for me of an EXP at present in the new V6 generation would be probably the diff houses, but then you can go buy them anyway. So I don't know. The value for money is kind of. Oh, Siri trying to find me information. Sorry, guys. The value for money side of it, I would say, is probably only marginally. Is probably only marginally a better buy these days, I think, personally. The hub design looks great, as Gareth Mann mentioned. Definitely held better in that sense. But as I say, the thing is, Gar, those hubs you can actually get on the BLX version anyway. Let's have a look. I'm going to go building TT01, Sun, go through indoor carpet racing. Awesome. Really, really nice. Punisher definitely looks nicer. Great truck, 15-tooth pinion. Agreed. I will agree with that. The Punisher is a nicer looking truck, to be fair. Same spec underneath. Everything's identical. But the body is definitely a better looking body. Mixing and matching RC parts, favourite parts of the RC world, definitely. Epileptic, thanks for joining. Really do appreciate it. Jeff Dukes, I should have got the Outcast EXP roller when they were around. Jeff, go get yourself a Notorious and do what I've done. Sell the parts you take out of it. Go make yourself an EXP. Make it so. Go do it. Follow my build. Go for it. Armour drive shaft cups are getting a lot better. They are. If you compare them to the older generation, they definitely are. The funny thing is, though, I never had it on the PLX. On like the Mojave, the shorter arm stuff never seemed to have that problem. The Typhon didn't have an issue with it. Take care, mates. I am signing off. Dennis, thank you very much for joining. Carbon fibre chassis on the Creighton 6S are nice. Carbon fibre chassis on the 6S, on the Creighton 6S. They don't have a carbon fibre chassis. Or are you on about an aftermarket chassis? Because I have seen them, to be honest with you. Right. So, power switch is stuck in. What else have I got to do here? Receiver. Do you know, that's the only thing when you're doing a live and you're also working, it takes so long to do because obviously you're talking to you guys. It's mad. I was talking to Craig from Craig Crash and Bash about it yesterday. Sometimes you can be doing the most mediocre things and you get sidetracked, like trying to get as much information to you guys and then you think, right, what was I doing? They were selling off the 1/5 EXB rollers at £650 in the end. Oh, I have seen a few of them still available, mind. I really have. There's a couple available on, I believe, on eBay. So if you still wanted to pick one of those up, you probably could. Let's see if I can resituate this camera somewhere better for you. Because probably can't see very much by there. Ugh. Right, let's move the camera. Up you come. Craig's Crash and Bash wants to join the chat. Shall I let him in, guys? What do you reckon? Shall I let him in? Should we let Craig in? Come on, then. What do you bloody want? Hiya, mate. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Let's mute that on there. I thought I'd sneak into your live.
He's infiltrated us, guys. He's infiltrated us.
I didn't think anyone would notice. I thought I'll just sneak in.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I need to do a bit of work on this. So I was...
Gareth Manning, both of you got a face for radio.
Yes, I would agree. I would absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, I would tend to say, yeah, you're probably right there, Gareth.
Is 100% right.
What was I doing? Right,
you were wondering on what to do.
Receiver.
Shall I adjust that a bit?
Let's have a look. Right, plastic Revo shafts. That's what I was on about. Yeah. Great move, Craig. I like it, Robbie Bain.
Yeah.
The weather is as shit in Wales as in you. No, it's been lovely here today, to be honest with you. Really nice.
I've been out with Lenny today. I've not long got back from being out with Lenny, and he lives on the seaside in Barmouth. And I tell you what, mate, the wind there will cut through you. It's not actually that cold. It's about 6 degrees, but man, that wind cuts through you there.
Is that why you're looking a little bit, should we call it wind sweat, my friend?
Yeah, a little bit. It must be bad because I've come back here and I've put a heater on in my garage. I never put a heater on in my garage.
Yeah. Oh, you're not as old as me then, I take it.
No, I'm spoilt here. I've actually got central heating in the garage. It's just not on at the minute.
Yeah, I can't convince my wife to actually let me put central heating in here, to be honest with you. But hey, you never know. Never know.
One day, it's all possible.
I could sweet talk her, and maybe she'll go, do you know what? Let's put heating in your garage. I'll go, I love you.
Yeah.
She's good as gold, to be fair. Let's have a look. Comments. Blue skies and sun here in Scotland today. Yeah, it was definitely blue skies here, mine, to be fair. Me and Anthony got out today, sunny but cold. Anthony Shield, very cold. What car to buy? Mr. Brunt.
What you after doing with it? When you going to run it? How much do you want to spend?
Yeah.
What sort of size?
Sun City, thanks for joining, my friend. YouTube notifications not working. Evening. How you doing, Rep Rider? Yeah, I would say, to be honest with you, Brent, it's very dependent on what you want to do with it. Do you want to chuck it off a ramp?
Yeah.
Yeah, full send as always. But what is that? Full send up a ramp or full send down a straight? Is it
full send ramp?
Could get very pricey if you're going to start just chucking things over ramps. So make sure you get something good.
Yes.
110% with that one. Hence why I've had, should we call it, an hiatus?
A bit of both.
Both.
Scale and sort of size. My always go-to for advice when people say, I want something I can send off a ramp, skate park, something that's fast, is that Team Associated MT10. But it is only little.
Budget. What's the budget?
Yeah, that's it. What's the budget? What are you willing to spend, and then how much are you willing to go over that?
Because if your budget is, I was going to say we always go over budget anyway. So I'm only looking at a car around £500, £750 later.
Yes, that happens a lot.
It happens all the time. All the time. I just get sidetracked. I start looking at websites and going, ooh, that one's nice.
Yeah. You get to that thing where you think, all right, I want to spend £500. Then you see something for £550. I think, well, that's actually a bit better. But then for another £100, you can then move up like a totally another level. And it's like, oh, well, now we're at the 650 bracket. I mean, another 50 quid, you're at 700. And then, I mean, you're not actually far off Creighton's then, are you?
No. I think, though, to be honest with you, Gareth just hitting the nail on the head. What actually probably would be a good idea is a wide max.
Mate, these are tanks. I mean, yeah, I'm working on mine tonight, but it's not because the truck's broke. It's because it's crashed so hard, it ripped a cable out of the motor.
Right.
Well, it's not the truck's fault. That's driver's fault.
Yeah.
Mate, they're tough. These things are so tough.
Yeah, don't listen to Robbie. You've got to catch them all.
Yeah, they're all nice. You've got to catch them all, yeah.
Yeah, not essentially the best person to take advice from.
No, don't listen to Robbie.
Yeah.
You will end up with everything.
Let's have a look. Reality, most engineering behind our favourite RCs is about the deals they have on plastic and electronics, basically. 110% SIP run. Yeah, I agree with you there. Do you know if you lost the top of a receiver? Do you know the wire?
The top of a receiver?
Yeah, do you know the little bit of the receiver wire that pokes out?
Oh, the aerial, the little metal bit on the end.
Yeah. So if you strip it off and expose another bit, that's fine, isn't it?
Apparently so.
Good, because I've just done it.
Oh. Yeah, there is an actual measurement that you're supposed to leave exposed. I can't remember it off the top of my head. 32 mil or something like that. Something like that. I can't remember what the exact number is.
Pull enough off until you don't lose control.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, where's my favourite subscriber?
I don't know. She'll be upstairs. Actually, they're probably watching it on the TV.
I haven't had a comment. I haven't had a comment yet. I was thoroughly disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah, if they're watching on the TV, it's hard to type.
I was just sat there thinking, that's strange. Tiana's not come in yet.
Yeah, she's normally good at that. As soon as she sees you,
Yeah.
oh, it's my favourite YouTuber.
Are you guys disappointed about the Creighton EXP fix? Yeah, to be honest, yeah, I just covered that. I am disappointed a little bit with the EXP V6. Well, technically it's a V3, but it's a V6 chassis. But it's really hard to kind of go and justify the price tag now, the cost of buying, isn't it? I think personally, because really what you're getting is chassis braces, towers, diff hoses. The rest is all V6.
So is that the only differences? I mean, I've
Oh,
seen,
yes.
because I've been out with Lenny, I've not been on the internet. So, but as I was driving home, I did see a couple of chats pop up on the phone where people were talking about it, and I was thinking, well, what's the difference? And it's a clipless body, and what else?
Clipless body. So obviously he's got the towers, the XB towers.
Yeah.
Then you've got the XB chassis braces, which was on the last one as well.
Yeah.
And diff hoses. And yeah, pretty much the rest of it is all the same as the V6. Sorry. And do you know the mount at the front?
Yeah.
So obviously on the EXP you normally get a metal motor mount front and rear.
Yeah.
But obviously on a BLX you just get the metal motor mount at the rear, don't you?
Right.
Right. So there's that, and quite honestly, there isn't a great deal other than that.
And have they upped the price of it as well?
No, so it's still $750 from what I believe.
Yeah, it seems a bit mad.
Horny, to be honest with you, yes, they are expensive to get, and no, they're not. How can I put this? It's about £150 difference. Okay, so a set of diff hoses. If you don't go with the armor equivalent, let's say you go for a set of maybe like ADU, get them off AliExpress or something like that, because I use ADU towers. I've got many ADU parts, so I will say it is coming to a point where you've got to kind of think which way you want to go with it. A lot of people won't actually. And yeah, Sun City's hit the nail on the head there. Overpriced bulkheads, and they definitely are. That's why on my EXP, I ended up with a Vitavon one on the rear after Armour, in their wisdom, put too much Loctite on it. I had an issue where I needed to get one of the screws out the rear bulkhead, and there was so much Loctite in there that our friend Martin tried getting it out, and he's a metal worker, and it wouldn't come out.
Bloody hell.
So, new EXP, hero or flop, I think is very much in the middle between the two.
Yeah.
It's still very much the old truck, in the sense of, yeah, you get the usual EXP stuff, but it's, since Armour they kind of threw everything at the BLX version. In my opinion, it's starting to become quite hard to justify the cost difference. Excuse me, guys. I've had a chest infection for days, so if I start coughing, just ignore me. Jesus.
Do you think they've released it, or done these upgrades again to re-release it, just to basically do the body, the new clipless body system?
Yeah, and also, I also think that there was genuinely a problem with the drive shafts on the previous version. Now,
Oh yeah,
I knew this more than most.
yeah, you did suffer
Um,
with that, didn't you?
I chased problems with them drive shafts for, well, months.
Yeah,
And in the end, the solution was Vitnavon drive shafts using 4S pins and standard stub shafts. And that was the only way I could get them to go in far enough, and also remove the washers off the arms. Which, when you're buying an EXP, that's not really the kind of thing you want to do.
no, mentally when
Yeah,
you
you spend
fixing that,
£750 on what is meant to be the king of the bashers,
yeah,
and then go, right, well, I'm going to rip all that apart now.
yeah, fix it with 4S pins.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Martin, thanks for joining. Yeah, EXP's biggest problem is the V6BLX. Totally agree with you there. Totally agree with you. Scruto had the bulkhead. The Martin had it. Yeah, that Martin had to help pull it out. Yeah, that was, yeah. So basically, where you got the front hinge pin holder, obviously the rear front, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was trying to separate them, the screw was in there so well, and unfortunately, Armour don't use a 3mm hex; they use a 2. So to loosen it, I obviously, when I turned it after applying some heat, it snapped, and that's not great. I mean, the cost of a bulkhead off Armour, I believe. Don't get me wrong, I believe the cost is what, around about £80 to £90.
Yeah, not cheap.
No. Stuart, thanks for joining. Hope you're well. Grandma's evening all. So Craig is working on the Max because he's managed to rip some wires out. Is that right, Craig?
Yeah, pretty much. It's on the motor. It's on one of these Surpass motors that we use.
And I'm working on the Mojave because, yeah, I've got a Mojave again. So the idea is basically I've got just a few little odds and sods to do on the Mojave, and then I'm going to jump on. I've got some upgrades, guys, for the xmaxx. So I don't want to take away. Me, Craig, Gareth, Martin, we've all talked about this. Anthony, Robbie, we've all been chatting. Mark, I've had a chat with as well. And the general consensus is I wanted to kind of give the xmaxx a little bit more stability.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take away the fun factor. Now, Craig, do you want to explain to me why you say what we were saying, Craig?
Yeah, well, basically on my xmaxx, I've got the 24mm GPM extenders like you've got there. But,
Yeah.
well, you've got the 12mm ones, haven't you? Mine
12 mils, yeah.
But it takes away the sort of daftness of it. It makes it so wide that, I mean, I can't two-wheel skills mine. It just grips. It doesn't turn in as good as Mark's, and me and Mark are running same diffs, same steering servo, same truck. The only difference is mine is the width of an XRT and his is stock xmaxx.
Yeah.
You lose that fun factor with it. Yeah, it's quicker, it doesn't roll over as much, but you've just got tons and tons of grip, and then all of a sudden, woof, it just flips. There's no middle ground to it. So I think a little bit of extra width will be good, especially at speed, but you don't want to be going as wide as mine. It's silly. I will be making mine narrower.
So yeah, so I've gone with the 12mm hex adapters for mine.
Yeah.
And I've also got a plate, because one of the issues I had, and I'll show you in a minute, guys, is the skid plates on the bottom of the xmaxx. Let me turn this off a second because it's too noisy. The skid plates at the bottom of the xmaxx, right where the bumper, obviously you've probably seen it on the video, I landed it, nosedived it, because this is the way, why wouldn't you?
Yep.
And the bottom of the skids it's like a really, really sort of thin piece of plastic there. So they split straight across the front. Mine's actually started splitting already. So rather than it take a slap in any further and end up breaking anything else, Anthony found these on AliExpress, just a alloy skid.
Yeah.
And the idea is that's going to basically take all the brunt of my bad driving. So,
well, you know how heavy I am with my xmaxx, and that's what I've done to my front skid.
yeah. So same thing, isn't it? Same thing, basically. What you've done there, you've created your own version of that.
Yeah. And that's made out of some stainless steel cut out of an old handsaw.
Craig's Crash and Bash.
It's bloody hard stuff, man. If I wear through that, then there's a problem.
Rename. Let's call it Mojav.
The Mojo.
Because Mojave is the name.
Yeah, I'm tempted to XL the Creighton. Well, I haven't got much armour experience, as you'll see on my channel. I've literally just got an armour this week, but the one I've got is XL'd, and I would definitely say, if it handles anything like the one I've got, I would go for it.
Yeah, the long wheelbase chassis is I think, for me personally, I like the short wheelbase. I like the long wheelbase.
Yeah.
The one in between, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not gonna knock the Creighton. There's so many people out there that love them, but it's not quite a stunt truck. It's not quite a ground basher. It's like a no man's land in between. But yeah, it works for so many people. Me personally, I like the daftness of a stunt truck, and I like the stability of a ground basher.
Yeah.
So that bit in between, I don't know. I just didn't gel with it. I tried. I really tried. And I loved the way the car feels straight out of the box. Quite honestly, I will also say I cocked up in a big way and started adding a load of stuff that it didn't really need.
Well, I can't say anything.
No, it's true though. It's true. I mean that car, despite a few issues that it had.
Yeah.
Hold on here. 2 seconds. Let me just sort this out. Let's go back. Let's go see the settings. See the settings. Bullet point. Whoop. We have a signal. Whoop. That is definitely not. That's definitely not turning the steering wheel.
Nope.
No. Right. So it's definitely. Yeah. Let's reverse the channels.
The truck's going mad.
I'm pressing forward and reverse, and it's going. Yeah. Let's just say I cocked up there. I know why. Because I had 1 to burn, 2 to turn, apparently, and that's not the right way, is it, boys and girls?
That's the wrong way. No, we don't want that.
See? Bloody talking to you lot, you bunch of bastards. I'm joking.
Yeah, and it wheels in the air.
Right, let's reset everything. Reset everything. Maybe 2 handset. Receiver settings. Yes, that's fine. Sorry, guys. We'll be with you in a second.
You're just setting up your handset.
Just setting up my handset. Reset that. Yes. And then I've got steering, so that is fine. And then I'll go.
Yeah, Anthony, at least it didn't fly off the table this time.
No, yeah.
You managed to keep hold of it.
You'll see the settings.
Stuart, I bought a Creighton 6S EXP, upgraded the most things with scorched parts, and it's still sitting on the shelf waiting for its maiden voyage. Just hope it lasts a few batteries before anything breaks. Oh, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
Okay, good. Right, now let's program it. Turn that off. Turn it back on again.
Do you guys all use GoPros or any advice on phone mounts for radios? I have Dumbo and Spectrum. Everything filmed on my channel, live streams, videos, shorts, even this now on Chris's channel because I decided to jump in on his live stream. All filmed with my iPhone.
So with mine, I use a DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro, a DJI mic, and obviously all the accessories that go with it for recording for the obviously action. And then I've got an iPhone 15 Pro for doing close-ups at the moment, but I am looking into getting a camera. Now, could I do what Craig's doing quite easily? Yes, no problem at all. But I do like to be honest with you, what it was, going back, I used to record all my videos on a Samsung, what was it? Note 20 Ultra. And I used to have it on this mount and stuff on my head. One, it was heavy, because I like having the camera up here. Rather, some people prefer it on the handset. I couldn't adjust to have it on the handset because I felt like I wasn't, following the car.
Yes.
The other thing is, as well, is when it rains, my phone was just eternally drenched. So I like being able to tuck my phone away, keep that tidy, because then I can still use that for pictures and stuff. So I got myself my first action camera, which was the Osmo Action 3. And I feel like I can see a difference in the picture. Now, since I've been using it, I think I can see a more clarity in, and when it comes down to editing and stuff like that. But then I have got OCD, so it's probably guys won't notice it. But for me, I'm fine. Everything's good. The world's a good place now. But yeah, I do prefer using an action camera. Which Mojave did you get, Chris? Is it new? No, I actually bought a second-hand one. I've got the BLX version, which is the red. So I didn't get the EXP or anything like that. I just got the red. Maybe 2. It came up at a very good price from a friend of mine. We got the red. So there are marks, there are battle wounds on it. But to be quite frank with you, with this sort of car, I'm really not bothered. The good thing is, though, it did come with a Max 6, and it has got EXP diffs front and rear, as I found out today. A few little garage life bits and bobs. I've put a metal centre diff in there, and yeah, drive it like I stole it, really. And I think that's what this car's all about.
Yeah, that's what they're all about.
It's definitely one of my favourite ground bashers. That's why I've got one back. Sorry if I missed some of the comments, guys. That was confusing me then. When the car shot off the table, all hell broke loose. I was just making sure. I've got screws everywhere and everything's a mess now. So, yeah, brilliant.
Screws are loose.
Right, let's see now if we've got signal, because this is not working how I intended it to.
Grum RC. Craig, did you send the Italian for science purposes? Yeah, kind of. My plan didn't quite go as it was going to today, Grum. I know I spoke yesterday about going to a skate park with this, but my son, Lenny, changed the plan slightly, so I didn't get to go to a skate park with it yet. But it has been out, it's been sent, it's down here. It needs a bit of cleaning. It's got some choice battle scars now on this chassis. There was some nice sparks coming off it. But it's come back perfect, just dirty with a couple of more scratches. But I think sending it for science purposes is probably going to happen.
Of course, why wouldn't it?
We were talking about it yesterday on my live.
Who's that? With Grum?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the plan was I was supposed to go to a skate park today with the xmaxx and the Max. And then they were convincing me to take the Italian and send that for science. But then Lenny changed the plan. So Lenny has possibly saved the Italian today without even knowing it.
And he didn't even know.
And he didn't even know, because if he did know, Lenny would have agreed with Grum it needs sending for science.
Yeah, Lenny definitely would have chosen to send it, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I can definitely see the wheels are unbalanced.
They're having a bit of a dance.
Oh, yes. Right. Trying to reverse. Trying to let you know we go on delay reverse.
Is it doing what you want it to, Chris?
Kind of.
Kind of, but not really, that sounds like.
Yeah, a little bit. Can't say these wheels are in very... I might have to look at possibly... I have got a set of Terraforms here, so I think, to be honest with you, that's probably a good idea to pop them on.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the comments.
Homie Cow says, anyone tried to boil some wheels to change tyres? Yes, I have.
Yes, I have. And I've tried the oven trick as well. That works. 200 degrees in the oven.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes.
Yeah. Did you find, Chris, when you put them in the oven, that it made the house stink of burnt rubber?
Yes.
Yeah, I got in trouble for that.
Hey, and I did. Good, isn't it?
It is, but boiling them, it does work, but my God, you have to boil them for a long time. And then you need gloves, because when you take them out, they're hot.
Robbie, that's what I had on them, was the Terraforms. Well, to be honest with you, Rob, I like the Fortress tyres, so I'd probably leave them on there for now. Because let's be honest, I this isn't really a car that's going to be sent. Don't ask Craig, because Craig would just say yes, send it.
It is, mate. I'm coming down to you at some point, so stuff's gonna get sent.
It's not getting sent.
It is.
This one isn't. No.
It is, because you'll watch me do it, and then you'll be like, peer pressure. I need to do it now because Craig's done it. You know what's going to happen. It's gonna get sent.
No, it's not. Right, endpoint set. Everything's good. Turn this fan off, because that's annoying me now.
Robbie,
Right.
Craig wants me to send the max slash. Yeah, too right. Mate, your max slash will cope with it 100%.
Oh, yeah, Max Slash would definitely cope with it.
That will cope with anything I'd throw at it. I mean,
here's a question for the guys at home. Do you have certain cars for certain tasks? If you've got more than one car, for example, Notorious for me is my ramp car.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say Techno, the MT410, again, ramp car. But also a lot of fun to drive, so that can kind of do both. But then I've got my buggies, they're definitely ground cars. My SST, well, yeah, see, that was peer pressure. Go on, chuck it over a ramp.
Yeah, and what happened, Chris?
It broke.
Yep.
Yeah, it broke. I was currently in the trying to do a double backflip, mind.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, it was spectacular.
I mean, because as that old saying you always hear in the pubs with the old men sitting around the fires is, one flip is never enough.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
You know that old guy you always see in a pub, and he sat there with his old sheepdog. Many a time I've walked up to him, and that's what he turned around and said to me.
Yeah, you need a minimum of 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't. I'll be honest with you. He just told me to F off.
Well, that's all good. Well, for me, as you say, you've got different cars for different things, and certain things are ramp cars and other things aren't ramp cars. Well, in my situation, all of my cars are ramp cars, but the size of ramp varies.
Right, okay.
That's what I've got, a stack of ramps here, varying from a 6-foot long one down to just little half-foot kickers.
Do you have scales of ramps in the sense of worrying to today's a good day?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. It's an expense scale, like, how much do you want to spend today on spares? Do you want to spend this much or this much?
Martin's like that, mind.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what Martin's driving. He's very much like you in that sense.
Yeah, it goes up a ramp.
It goes up a ramp, so therefore it will.
Yes. Well, this is why I'm not allowed to have a road car. Because, I mean, even we've spoke about it, and I've said, I quite like the rally cars, and I would play with a rally car. I'd like it around the street and that, and around little car parks. And you said to me, yeah, but if we were out and somebody had like a Max on a ramp, would you be able to resist going off that ramp? And I was like, well, no, it's going off the ramp. 100% it would go off the ramp.
Yeah, well, I mean, I will say, as I've said it many, many times, my mechanical sympathy gets the best of me sometimes. And look, if I wanted a race car, really, I shouldn't be playing with bashes.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it is nice to come home now and again without any broken parts.
Yeah, well, I've had a few sessions out now where I come home and nothing's broken, which is nice.
I don't believe that.
Well, the Italians come home today not broken.
He lies. He lies.
The xmaxx that I took out in the last video didn't break. I mean, Woody didn't fare too well, but the xmaxx done all right.
Well, Woody definitely broke.
He's up there. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, he's just there. You can see his legs dangling.
He ended up just looking like Daniela Westbrook.
Yeah, he'd had a rough day. He really had a rough day.
Poor Woody. He's definitely been done rehab.
Yeah. Yeah, his face doesn't look much better, but at least his head's still attached now.
Right.
Couldn't believe it when his head popped off on that jump. It was hilarious. I showed my wife and she said, "I'm sick. I'm like Sid from Toy Story."
That's exactly what you're like.
Yeah. I was like, that's not fair. That's too accurate.
I like it.
I'm not having much joy with this.
No? Let's have a look.
The other two, because this has actually broke two of the wires already. This was the only remaining one.
Johnny Haberfield with it. Mechanical empathy and sympathy are not my forte. No, really, John?
No.
Yeah,
I'm a bit like John.
I'm kind of done with my MU build now. I want to do something else. Fitting the wheels, having inspiration, but done. No soldering left. Not for today, brothers. I'm on my second MU car. I'm on my second cider, so no. Building cars while drinking is always a good idea.
Yeah.
Definitely a good idea. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's been many times I've been down here with cans of Stella till about 2 in the morning.
Because, do you know what I tell you is a good idea? Because when you wake up the next day and realise what you've done, you've then got something else to do.
Yeah.
You might get bored. So I think you should start another build. And get more cans in.
I like it when I've done a good job when I'm drunk and I come down in the morning thinking, oh, I've got wrenching to do and it's done.
And it turns out you're not so much of an idiot after all.
Yeah, or I walk in the garage and I think, who the fuck's done this? I didn't do this. I don't remember fixing these.
My problem is once I've had a beer, I tend to go looking on model sites.
Yeah.
And as you can imagine, that's not essentially the best thing to do.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, Martin Prince, the only car I haven't sent off a ramp is my drift car. Yeah, I think I'd be like that. That 6x6 I had, I sent that off the big ramp as well. Yeah, that wasn't even a little ramp.
Did it fall like a brick?
No, it was doing about 25 miles an hour.
Right, Mojave, be gone.
It flew quite nice.
I've forgotten about the... do you know these scorch fenders are an absolute pain in the ass?
Are they?
Well, yes and no. They're good for keeping the mud out, but you know when you want to do any work on anything inside the car?
Yeah.
You got to take everything apart.
Really? Well, I've got some that I need to fit to the Slash.
It's a great idea. You should definitely have them on there if you're running a short course. Don't get me wrong, but just like that extra step that no one needs.
Yeah.
Do you know, it'd be really good, like a I don't know, like a quick release version, like
Yeah.
a revamped quick release version of it. Let's have a look. Just built an Outcast 4S over the last few months from spare parts I've sourced on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and use the SE motor from the N8 and just run it on 4S. Yeah, let's be honest, Stuart. You're not just going to keep it on 4S, you?
Nope.
Nope. It's for science at some point. That's having 6S.
Yeah. For science.
Only RC I haven't sent off a ramp is my drift car. Yeah. Hi, is everyone? RC Modified, thanks for joining. They really keep the shit out. Oh, yeah, sorry. Scorch fenders, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
Until you go losing one of the screws, they do, yeah.
Does anybody in the comments run those nets, like the dust? I forget what they're called, dusts.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone run them? And if you do run them, does it not mess around with airflow and cooling?
And temperatures.
Yeah. Because I would quite like to get one of those for my xmaxx.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because that thing always comes home full of dirt.
What, for your xmaxx?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, just because whenever I take it out, it's dirty.
The advantage is owning a shed. You don't have to tidy up when it's done. Well, you think so, don't you? You would definitely think so. Unfortunately, when you got OCD, that isn't the way. I nearly. Did I tell you a story the other day, Craig? When I finished working in the shed.
No.
I brought my shark hoover down here and I hoovered the floor.
I think I have hoovered in my garage once, but most of the time it just gets swept.
Yeah, well, I will learn to be a little bit more sort of. No, I won't. What am I lying to?
No, yeah, I don't know who you're convincing, but it ain't us.
I'm not convincing anyone here, am I?
No. You ain't convincing us.
Well, I've only got one last thing to do to this now, and that is I've got a trio motor mount coming for it, and that's because I've got this great big stinking motor in here, and I'm a bit worried about it falling off.
So you're putting a massive, decent mount on?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. I was impressed with it when I put it on the Outcast, so therefore it's going on here.
Yeah, why not?
Not the Outcast. Well, technically it is an Outcast, I suppose.
What? So what have you put it on?
What? No.
The Trial motor mount.
Notorious.
Oh, the Notorious.
Yeah, I had it as present off my grandmother-in-law.
What an awesome present!
Wicked, isn't it? She said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And that was what I wanted.
That's nice.
Let's have a look. Yes, the advantage going shared. I had one on my Vortex, made it run hotter. Yes, I ran one in my original Big Rock, took it off very quick. Right, okay, they're replying to you, Craig.
So these nets, they do make things run hotter then? Yeah.
Cyprian, my channel member, is using the stickers that I've added. I just looked at it, I thought, what's that there then? Guys, by the way, shameless plug. I have got channel memberships open now.
Yeah.
It's there just basically to be honest, I got asked did I want to do it, and I said yes. I'm very new to it, so I'm not quite sure exactly what everything does. But what it does do is actually helps the channel, guys. So for me to keep producing content for you, updating the workshop, it all gets reinvested. I'm not using it as a way of funding an income, e.g., I have a full-time job. It is literally just these body pins are horrible. It's just there to get pumped back into the channel to keep producing content. So if you want to join up, you can. If you don't want to, you don't. It's up to you. I can't say fairer than that.
Nope.
But I appreciate everyone who does help.
Too right, mate. I mean, if it's a tool that's there to help the channel,
yeah,
I think you should definitely use it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm very grateful to everyone, whether it be even just a thank you, for doing a video. So it doesn't have to be monetary.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest smiles on my face have been from people who've had problems with their cars for like months and months on end, and they've gone, "Thanks for this video. I finally got to the bottom of it." And
Yes.
that is what I want to do is just as I'm going along, record stuff, my findings. Fingers crossed, people watching at home then can hopefully use some of my findings. If it turns out to be a big load of bollocks, well, that's up to them. at least we're trying. All of us, we'll get to the bottom of the problem.
Yes.
Right. What time are we on?
So I'll tell you one thing I did learn today about the armour. I mean, I already knew that.
Which one? No, yours.
Yeah, I think armour, probably sort of 6S range, especially in general.
Yeah.
The hexes for the wheels and the wheel nuts, the 17mm nuts, I already knew that you can't take like a Traxxas nut or a Hebeo nut and it go on that thread, because we tried that when we were out bashing when Mark lost a wheel nut. So I knew that they didn't fit, but today I learned that nuts from Team Associated trucks will fit the armour thread.
All right.
The 17mm.
Yeah, I the only ones I tend to find an issue with are the older. Thank you very much, Cyprian, for the donation, my friend. I really do appreciate it. The only one I tend to find an issue with is the Hebeo. The older Hebeo use a different pitch on the thread. So you've got to be careful when ordering a Hebeo wheel nuts, because some of them are a different pitch. So, there you go, guys. Bit of information for you. If you're looking at maybe some Hebeo wheel nuts for one of your cars, check the pitch on them first, because
make sure you got the right one.
Yeah, they don't all fit. Again, ask me how I know.
Yeah.
Right, xmaxx, big truck. I'm gonna do.
Grum. Craig, have you stolen your wife's cup today?
How do you tell the pitch?
Yes, I have. Yes, I
have. Good question, actually. How do you tell the pitch? So they will be listed either in your manual somewhere, or my honest advice to this is don't buy older Hebeo wheel nuts.
Yeah.
The new ones, the newer Hebeos, you're going to be fine because they're all fine. But the old Hyper series, they use a different pitch. Other than that, pretty much everyone else is the same. I haven't heard anyone complaining about them.
Well, I know that you can't take a wheel nut off the Traxxas 17mm hubs and put it onto the armour. Because
Can't you?
no, me and Mark tried that when we were at the miners circuit, and the thread just wasn't right.
Quick question for you, Craig, because you're King Traxxas. So for me to get this stub axle out, release the top arm,
Yeah,
remove this retaining clip.
yeah.
Is that retaining clip the only thing holding that hex on?
Yeah, the hex should just wiggle off then.
Right, okay, cool. Cool. I would do, but I've lost. No, there it is.
Oh, Robbie's off. See you later, Robbie.
See you later, Rob. Thanks for joining, bud.
Nice one, mate.
Thank you very much, bud. What else we got on you? Mark's RC, how you doing, bud?
You all right, Mark?
I take it taking it from the bottom is just the same as taking it from the top. Yeah. We'll do the bottom. We'll do the bottom because that one's nice and free. Banshee, what are we working on? So xmaxx, and I'm putting the larger stub axles in just to give it a little bit more sort of stability. GPM. I can't remember how much these are. They're not expensive, mind. I'll be straight with you, but I don't want to lose the daft in the xmaxx, but I want to kind of just give it that little bit more stability in the corners. But yeah, so there's 12mm extra each side, so 24mm in total.
Yeah, I think you'll be bang on with that. As I say, mine's got 24mm on each corner, and it just it's not as crazy.
That's quite a bit as well, isn't it? That's a fair amount there.
Yeah, it's massive.
But would you? Here's the question for you: would you go back to a 12mm?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I would consider going back to stock.
Would you?
Yeah. I've got, truggies and stuff that if I want speed and handling, I'll use them. When I use an xmaxx, I want it to be a big daft truck.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's not a race truck. I want it to be a crazy little thing.
I got you. What else we got on here? When does the Punisher arrive, Chris? I had notification earlier. I believe it says the 11th. But I will say the FedEx do get it wrong quite often, so that might even turn up tomorrow. I've had it before where FedEx has said they're going to be delivering something like a week later, and it's turned up the next day. So any time between now and the 11th.
Sometime between now and the future.
Yeah.
Thanks for that very informative answer.
Right, okay, that's actually quite easy.
What's that, to get the stub axle out?
Yeah. My God, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, mate. They literally just pull out, and then you'll be able to
push the pin out,
get the new stub axle on, pin in, back through the bearings, hex on, done.
Wicked. I like that. Eventually we do any standard designs we do. Agreed. Are you soldering a bullet while it is in ESC, Craig?
No, not the ESC. It's the 3 wires that come out the top of the motor. 2 of them have already broke off, and I've just resoldered into the cups.
So that's the difference there, guys. Not actually as much as you think, but it's enough.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So no. Yeah. Mine. It's on the motor. I'm not soldering the ESC. Literally the tips. Yeah. It's not a lot, is it? The difference in them. But for some reason, this one is not just not playing ball.
What cloth that cotton? This is my.
Is it on about this cloth?
Oh right, yeah. Sorry.
It's an old microfiber cloth that I've dampened down, so it's a bit wet, just to rub this soldering tip on.
Using all the correct tools.
Well, I've got a solder sucker.
Right.
That's one thing on some of these jobs. I have found that this, you definitely do need one of these. And just suck out the old solder in bits.
Do you know when I got this car? Oh yeah, I'm going to leave it stock.
Yeah, I told you wouldn't.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
You and Robbie, I'm going to leave it stock. And I'm just like, no, you're not. Stop lying to yourself.
Yeah, but it's fun, isn't it?
You saying I'm going to leave it stock is like me saying I'm not going to send it that much.
Said no, Craig, ever.
Yeah, we know that's a lie. We know you're going to send it.
Oh, I'm going to lose the green look inside the wheels now, mind.
Oh, well, your stub axles are green, are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. That's a bit poo, innit? Right. So I now put this shiny gold thing over the top of the stub axle, don't I?
Yep, slide it over.
Then put my hex on. Then put the...
Yeah, that's it.
Got you.
Simple as.
And then just, what, pop the pin back over?
Well, once the hex is on, yeah, you should be able to just slide that little retaining clip on. And that'll be it. Job done. Move on to the next one. Is this iron on? It's done
Bloody hell. That's not hard.
No, it really isn't.
And in fact, I quite like that because, do you know when you're spraying it down with GT85 after a bash, you can actually direct the GT85 towards the bearing?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want to see at home what we've done, guys? Oh, yeah. So let's have a quick look. I'll take you off the stand a second. There you go. So, obviously, where that would be through there, you've got the GPM one on, and then you've got this little bit of extra material there. Can you see? Craig, I can't see what I'm doing because I can't change the camera. Can I see that?
Let me look at my other one because I'm watching it on the laptop. Yeah, we're looking at your hex.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. So yeah, that's the extra bit there.
Yeah, that's
there you go. Thank you, mate.
It's a funny old setup because
I can change a camera. What a numpty.
Yeah, you can cycle and because that's how I've got mine. My phone is filming, but from the main camera, so I can't see the screen of my phone.
Is that just to show people how handsome you are? No comment. All right. Well, that was a lot easier than I anticipated, so this is good.
Is that 1 down, 3 to go?
Yeah. 1 down, 3 to go.
Nice.
Put the wheel back on. Yeah, you can actually see it when you put the wheel back on, can't you? Because the back of the hub now is actually well, I wouldn't say exposed, but you can actually see it.
Yeah. Yeah, so if I picked mine up, you'll be able to see. Yeah, I don't know if you will actually. Mine has been down. So. But no, the
Yeah, horny. Fingers crossed. Should help. Should definitely help.
the length of the extenders on mine is just mad.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Oh, it's definitely a different.
That's too much.
Oh yeah, yeah, that is a bit too much, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure on that bearing, mind, isn't it?
Yes. So I've not worn out a bearing yet, but I have worn out the hub. I've made the hub go egg-shaped.
Am I likely to get that issue now then, or?
Well, you've got metal hubs. So it might happen, but it might take a lot longer. I stuck with the plastic hubs.
Right, okay. So, let me get this straight then. You're essentially the same width as what, an XRT?
Yes, exactly the same as an XRT. And speaking of tea,
You're going to make some. Oh, you got some?
I've come in. Blue Peter style. Here is some I made earlier.
Did I tell you I received a very exciting RC purchase the other day?
No.
Really exciting, this. I got a new pit mat.
Nice
There you go.
pit mat.
It was on offer, so I thought, yeah, do you know what? That'll look lovely in the shed. And to be honest with you, the pit mat I had was like working on a piece of carpet.
Yeah. Jeff, I've just been watching the darts. I've come back and Craig is still having a fight with the soldering iron. Yeah. I've done 2 of the connections on this motor. Yeah, fine. This third one, it just will not melt. And I'm now debating if it's these new tips. I don't know if they're affecting it somehow.
I'm quite surprised, Craig, because normally you would, by now, you would have got I don't know, disc cutter out.
Well, I did get the drill out earlier. I thought, can I drill the solder out? Which, to be honest, I'm probably going to go back to that idea. Failing that, I'll take the motor out and I'll have to do something, but stick it in the vice and do something, I don't know. Just weird how 2 of them have gone okay and 1 of them just playing havoc with me.
Thank you, Javier. Hey, cool RC cars. Thank you very much, my friend.
Yeah, man. should get the Italian up here, but I've got nothing to do on it apart from clean it after today's run.
Isn't that a nice place to be, though?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
No.
Yeah.
Very nice place to be, that.
What's wrong with the Italian? It's just dirty because I used it today. Get a file or sandpaper and clean your tip. I've tried that, Mark. Look, I've got a file. I've used brand new tips. I've tried putting fresh solder on it and then holding the iron on to transfer the heat better. I am going to resort to hitting it with a hammer, or as Chris says, get the grinder on it.
Which is normally the way.
But I've done it before. I'll do it again.
Get a file or sandpaper to clean your tip.
Yeah, I mean, I have been cleaning it on this damped rag. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I've got brand new tips that I've tried, but I don't know if these brand new tips are any good. Because the old tip I had, so this one, I've had this ages, look, because it's worn down to nothing. And I thought, yeah, it's about time I had a new one. So I bought a pack of new ones, but now they don't seem to be playing ball.
I love little upgrades like this that you really don't take that long to do.
Yeah, nice, simple, effective upgrades.
What's that? What's Cyprian saying? Mate, I tried to order a perfect pass soldering iron, but £44 for postage. Oof. Yeah, that is rough, mind. That is rough.
Yeah, if I'm going to buy a new soldering iron, it's going to be probably that Corrali one that you showed on your channel, Chris.
It's really good, honestly. I mean, it's not... Yes, all right, I work with Corrali, but I bought that myself. It's not like I had it given to me.
Yeah.
Martin's just bought a decent one. Mine for about half the price, but I can't remember what it is. I think it's a... I want to say, no, it wasn't Stanley. It was. Can't remember the name of the brand, but Draper 100 watt. There you go. He's just said no.
Oh yeah. Can't remember how many watts this is, but goes up to 480 degrees. It's all digital. Adjust the temperature. Normally, I've not had an issue for a long time.
Do you know one of the features I didn't realise with that Corrali soldering iron, though, that I didn't even know I needed? So after 3 minutes, goes into a standby mode.
Yeah, this does that.
So obviously the one I had previously was a bit... I wouldn't say it was rubbish because it got me as far as it did, but back lads, sorry, went to make tea. How big's a cup of tea? Or are we talking food?
It's got a cup as big as this one that I've been using. Right, here we go then. I have just discovered that it's the tips.
It's the tip?
Yeah, because I've just put this old tip on. I'm glad I didn't throw this. This old tip I have had for a long time. I mean, ages. Probably getting on years.
Right, and it's still and it's working.
And yeah, and you know, I've touched it for 3 seconds and it's melted it. So, for anyone that's going to be buying soldering tips, if you go onto eBay and you see this pack of 10 soldering tips, don't buy them. There's some good consumer advice for you.
Pro tip. Hey, like it?
It's a pro tip. Boom, boom. And this is why the man is on YouTube.
Craig's pro tip.
Yeah. Don't buy these.
The end.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Short and sweet. I'd do a 5-minute intro for that as well.
5-minute intro and a 7.5-minute outro.
Yeah. Just for me to stand there and say, these are crap. End credits.
Right. That is both sides done there. Oh, no, sorry, both of one side done. I like it. I like upgrades like this. They're fun. Oh shit!
Mark RC, Craig, did you go out today? Yes, I did, mate. I went out and met Lenny today. I wasn't going to, but after yesterday's live stream, Lenny messaged me and said, "Oh, would you come to Barmouth and can we go out with the trucks and on the bike?" So that's where I've been today. But I did take, obviously, I took the Italian and I took the Max. Lenny really likes the Italian.
New tips now usually need cleaning and re-tinning, as they will have contamination surface on the lazy manufacturing. Good point, actually, Ryder. Very good point.
Well, I tinned them. Don't know how else
No,
to
but
clean them.
I can understand what he's saying is, if it's a manufacturing process thing,
Yeah.
they could have like machine oil and stuff like that all over them.
Yeah. Well, maybe what I'll do, I've got some brake cleaner, degrease and all that good stuff. Maybe I will try one, get all the brake cleaner in it, give it a really good clean, and then
Do you
give
know?
it a go.
Do you know? Do you know? It'd be funny though. That's my sick, twisted mind. Do you know if you like kind of tried soldering straight after and didn't dry it off? Put brake cleaner all over it, right?
Yeah.
And then solder straight away. See what happens. Just for science now.
But make sure it's done on a live, yeah.
Yeah. Do it on live. And can I be your guest?
Should we do it now?
Yeah, do it.
Well, I've just cleared out this like pot here to put this cable in. So should I clean it now by filling this pot with brake cleaner? And then I'll stick the soldering iron in.
Yeah, do it. What's the worst that can happen?
Science, innit? Science will happen.
Are your wife and kids asleep?
No.
Right, good. But that means they can still run.
Get them to leave now. Clean your tip brew. Yeah, I tried that. Well, as I said, I tried brand new ones. I've cleaned them, and I've ended up going back to a really old, worn, nasty one, and it's done the job for me. Well, it's cleared out the pot now, so I'm able to just sort this cable and solder a bit in, and happy days then.
I've got a seized bearing.
Standard. You got a what?
A seized bearing. That surprised me.
You need to run. You've only ran it once.
Yeah, but I think that's probably the problem, though, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Right, Leo. Yeah. I am live, not just phone calling. When I say I'm live, I'm not. Chris is live. I just decided to jump on his live.
Yeah, he's hijacked it.
Hijacked it, yeah.
Guys, I said this last time. I would love for you to do it again. If you're enjoying Craig's content, please go over, drop him a sub, give him a like on his videos.
Yeah.
The guy deserves to get to 1,000 subs without a doubt.
It would be a nice achievement if I did.
Oh, yes.
It was something that I never even thought be possible.
So, how do you free up an xmaxx bearing?
Well, depends how determined you are, or if you've got a spare. But what I tend to do is I've got an old pool cue, and I will wedge the bearing onto a pool cue, and then soak it in WD or GT85, and then lightly grip it with the mole grips, and just turn slowly, little, like 1 hour segments, if you like, at a time, until it just goes more and more.
The problem I've got
put a new one in.
Problem I've got is stuck in the hub.
Well, you take the hub off, put the hub in a vise.
I might just hit it with a big hammer and hope for the best. No.
Yeah, do that. I can't do more than hijack my wife's phone and subscribe. Yeah, do that as well. Subscribe on your wife's phone.
I reckon soak it in GT85
Yep.
and spin hell out of the wheels.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got metal hubs, so you don't need to worry about melting them, I suppose. Mine are plastic, so I would worry if I'd done that, it would melt my plastic hub.
Yeah. If a hammer can't fix it,
yeah.
It's a compromise.
Yeah.
Definitely, my friend.
I like hammer fixes.
Or if you're Martin, zip ties.
Yeah.
Zip tie fix is always fun. That's like, I suppose a zip tie is like the hammer of a field trip, isn't it, really, if you think about it?
Yeah. So if you can't fix it with zip ties and duct tape, then it's probably not worth fixing. Okay. Slightly overflowed that with solder, but yeah, it's the tips. It really is.
Yeah.
The tips. Yeah, it's gone absolutely perfect now. Don't buy cheap eBay tips.
Is the moral of the story.
It's the age old, isn't it? Was it buy cheap, buy twice?
Well, it's rocking now, so that's a good sign.
Oh, you got the bearing moving?
Ish.
That is a good sign. Very good. Right. I think that's possibly done. Let's just check.
Why is old Dusty so abrasive? I mean, it just kills random things. Like, oh yeah, that's all right. It'll be fine.
My cars don't have chance to go rusty. Although I've got a few of them now, so yeah, they might do.
Speed and power.
There we go. Fixed. So we take that out of there.
Speed and power.
There.
Darren Till, how are you doing? Thanks for joining.
Put that there. Right, we'll throw that one down over there. We don't need that. We'll literally just let that cool down. Have a little bit of a tidy up here.
I cannot get this bearing to budge.
That can go back up there. Yeah, on a pool cue, I find is my normal way.
Well, funny you should say that, Craig, because I've actually not got one. Is there any chance you could just nip down here?
Yeah. What's funny is when we were sorting
Tiny
out the garage,
particles.
sorting out the garage, a few weeks ago, it was one of those things that the wife was like, I'll throw this pool cue because we haven't got a pool table anymore, so you don't need this. But no, keep that. She's like, you're just a bloody hoarder. And I'm like, no, there's a genuine reason for that.
Right, we have. Move, right, there you go. The only issue I've got. Yeah, there you go. I got it. Right. Now, pull it back through that way. And then you get a big pair of grips.
Have you got a reamer use that? Yeah. Could do if he's got a reamer.
Well, yeah, the problem is xmaxx bearings are massive.
Yeah, you'd need a bloody big reamer.
As long as I can get it spinning, I've got bearing oil here, so
yeah. Yeah, what have you got?
fit.
You can wedge on it. Have you got like a screwdriver handle or something, like a tool handle?
I'm just trying now to kind of jam it in there.
Yeah, that'll just wedge into something. What about some like needle nose pliers with this?
What, jam that in?
Do you have to like to sit them onto the pliers? I don't know if it'd work or not, but you've got to get inventive. So pliers like that with a cloth on them, maybe. Yeah, that might work. Something like that, and then wedge the bearing on.
Look at me going all Craig's crash and bash.
Go on, mate. Go on. Yeah, Root Rider saying, have you got a pick tool to get the seal out? Don't tell him that. That's far too sensible. Hit it with a bigger hammer. Put it on your bench and hit it.
Yeah, I tell you what. GT85. Pick tool. I did have one. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, just soaking it in a bit of oil while you do all the others that you need to do is probably a good idea. Soak that one in oil and move on.
Yeah, it's looking a bit grotty in there, to say the least.
In the bearing?
Yep.
Yeah, it's full of old dusty. I wasn't sure if he was on about in my garage. This is actually quite clean for my garage. Right, well there we go for me. That took way longer than it should have. Why didn't I just change the tip earlier? Right, there's my new toy.
No, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. I can feel it starting to just kind of...
Nice. Let's get rid of this. Move that over there. Set that off.
So are you... Oh. I think, to be honest with you, I kind of jinxed myself, didn't I? I love it when, you know, these little upgrades go easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Look how easy it is, Chris. You knobhead.
Well, I thought, oh, I'll jump on here now and I'll just stand here and torment Chris for an hour. And I'll just, you know, I've got a tiny little job to do. I'll be done in 10 minutes. That's taken all my bloody time and concentration. It's going to be a 5-minute job. It's done now.
I'll tell you one thing, man. Whatever it is properly jammed in there.
It'll be that dust.
I know.
That dust and a bit of rust, because it got wet, didn't it?
Yes. I thought it was a great idea to start driving around in an icy puddle.
Yeah, that is a great idea, as long as you're willing to go home and take everything apart.
Right. I tell you what I need to do is find something and just literally obliterate it.
Yeah.
Put it in something.
Yep. So Chowdhury says, "This is the way, working on my new infraction, watching you boys. Yay, nice. I like the infraction. They look great."
Oh, we got movement.
What do you reckon to the infraction?
Me?
Yeah.
What was it? 6S, 3S?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Chowdhury,
I love the 6S. The 3S. I kind of lost my love for the 3S a little bit. Yeah, only because of the dips.
Right.
Having said that,
the whole 3S armour range.
8S. Yeah, well, I like that one. Obviously, that's lovely. An 8S
infraction. Have I read that right?
Yeah.
I thought the infraction's the drift thing, in it.
It's the like hoonigan truck looking thing.
Yeah. They do that in 8S.
They sure do.
I thought that was only 6S. God, that thing on 8S would be mental.
That's why the tyres don't last 2 seconds.
Right, yeah, I thought they'd done a 3S and a 6S. Mamba Monster 8S upgrade, right. So they don't come 8S as standard. They only do a 3 and a 6. Is that right?
I thought that...
I'm well confused.
I thought they did it as an 8S. I thought it was an 8S truck.
No, I thought it was a 6S truck. 6S standard.
Right, okay. All right. I got you. Right, the bearing's working. I have a working bearing.
Hey! Darren says, I'll quickly pop over to help. I'm only in Norfolk. Yeah, man.
Should I put grease inside it?
Shall you put grease in it? Yeah, if you can.
Yeah, I got grease, yeah.
Yeah, put some in. Right. Well, we'll have a little look over this because this has been out today. It has done a couple of jumps. It has crashed and bashed. Yeah, it's got some scuffs on this front bumper. I can't see that lasting long, but it's doing its job, so that's good.
So, from a proper perspective of like running it really kind of first time, driving characteristics, what would you? Because obviously I've never driven the Italian.
It is like nothing I've ever driven. It really isn't.
No?
No. And I mean, it's not standard either, is it? It's longer than normal. It's got a different servo in it. It's the standard electrics, but it hasn't even got standard tyres. I'm running it with these, aren't I? So, I mean, I don't know. Can you? How much of it is still Italian? I don't know. But as far as a truck goes, it is amazing. It's really low to the ground. Compared to a lot of the stuff I run. It drifts brilliantly. It's very, very well balanced. You can put it sideways whenever you want and hold it sideways for as long as you want.
Nice.
I did when I was playing with it actually today. I did say to Lenny, it is a bit like a off-road infraction because one of the lads that subscribed to my channel met up with me on a bash, and he's got an infraction, and he brought that out and he let me play with it. But obviously they're like scraping the floor all the time.
Yeah.
And that and this felt very similar, but this can go over all gravel and off-road and short grass, and whereas the infraction wouldn't do that. But it is very, very
So if you
good.
like with the SST then, because that's kind of what our middle ground for me and you, because we both got one.
Yeah.
What would you does it have that kind of light and nimble truggy feel?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Better than the SSTE. It's quicker than that. It changes direction quicker than that. It feels better balanced. I find it might be my diffs though in my SSTE. I find when you've slowed the car down, there's a lot of like dive and lean with the SSTE, whereas this not so much.
Do you think that's down to the upgrades that are on it though?
No, the dive and the lean and the roll will be down to the shocks and the arms.
No, yeah, I was going to say, so the dive and the lean on the SST is because obviously the standard car.
Yes.
Whereas the armour is more sort of stable because of the upgrades that are on there. The car's stiffer, the chassis stiffer.
Possibly the chassis is definitely stiffer. Definitely.
Right. Okay.
I mean, when I come out with you, I'll come down. I'll bring this. I'll let you have a rip of it.
Yeah. Cool.
It is.
Not on dusty, mate. Don't do it on dusty.
No, it's probably a bit low for that.
Yeah, car's too low for that.
You'd end up with a lovely shower of sparks everywhere. I mean, basically today I've been running it on a strip of tarmac that then runs onto a flat gravelled car park. And as it comes off the flat tarmac and onto the gravel, stones were hitting the bottom of the chassis and big white sparks were flying out the back of it.
Well, this is interesting. This one bearing won't sit down over the top.
Well, I'll tell you what I have just noticed. I've lost I've completely lost the nut. Yeah, it's gone completely and utterly.
What?
Where my mud flap is held on, mud guard is held on here. I'll see if I can show it the camera. There's a captured nut and bolt that goes through here and out this end. So I'll show you on this side where it's still there. Look, the nut is there, holding the mud guard on and holding the hub on.
Right. Okay. Right. I'll stop you there.
On this side, look, it's gone.
Yeah, I'll stop you there. It should not be on the mud guard.
Yeah.
Remember when I went to Dusty and I had that tumble with a big rock and the arm came off?
Yes, yeah.
Exactly the same thing. So what you need to do is make sure that you've reamed the hole in the mud guard for that nut to sit in.
Yeah.
And the nut should sit on the arm and not the mud guard.
Yes. Yeah, and then just put a new hole through the mud guard to fix it to the arm.
So you're talking on the outer edge here to where the hub is, aren't you?
Yeah, here.
Right, yeah. So all I did with mine is got my reamer. So think of that as the nut there, because I've got one in my hand.
Let me have a look. Yeah.
Right. So that nut needs to be tightened. That nut needs to be tightened against the arm.
Right, yeah.
Right. So your mud guard, you'll have a little hole reamed.
Yeah.
So that sits inside the hole.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah. Then how do I stop the mud guard flapping around?
You just make the hole enough so basically the mud guard pushes over the top of the nut.
So the nut will hold the mud guard as well?
Yeah. Have you got two fixing points on the mud guards on your arm?
I have got... Is that a fixing point there? There's one far up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's one up here, one in the middle, and then there's one at the end, but the one at the end looks like it goes onto the hub as well.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
I think I might put another one in there. So I just put another small fixing through this mud guard into the arm.
The issue you got, see, Craig, right, is the one at the end, the closest to your hub. That's obviously the bit that holds the hub to the arm.
Yes, I need that to be solid.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's no biggie, really. I should have a nut.
See you in a sec, Cyprian. Thanks for staying on, buddy.
Yeah, nice. Nice to have you on.
Oh no! Oh no!
What
lost my clip.
You lost the clip?
Yeah.
Oh, did it just go firing off?
Yep.
Oh.
I heard it land somewhere. That isn't good.
No.
Oh no, Craig.
It flew away.
It did. Shit. I heard it go ping. Oh, I got it.
Nice. Disaster avoided.
Yep.
Okay, well, I think I found a spare nut.
Yeah, that was exactly the same issue I had when I was up in Dusty.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yes, so I think I'm just going to A nut on.
Loctite on the nylock nut to sort that out. The thickness of the mudguard material takes most of the locking effect away. Agreed.
Yeah.
Boom shakalaka, my sledge gets delivered on Saturday. Nice, mate.
Yeah, man.
Did you go for the new belted version?
I do quite like the sledge as well, but I think now I've got this, I probably won't bother with the sledge.
I would most certainly have another sledge.
Yeah.
No, V1 from Germany. Right. Definitely consider your first upgrade, and I'll say this with experience. Get yourself the Traxxas hardened spur, and I know this is going to sound expensive, but again, I know through experience, get yourself the hardened spur, a hardened pinion, and hardened gears front and rear. After that, the car is pretty much rock solid. And also, shim your diffs.
You done a 10-pack run with yours, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. But it did fail on me.
It did?
Traxxas branded, yeah. So if you look on I'm trying to think now, Euro RC maybe, I think that's probably a good one for you guys over there. Euro RC to a well, go to the Traxxas website or look in your manual, and anything marked with an X or an R is classed as an upgrade. So, for example, actually, I tell you what, Boom, if you look on my channel, I've actually done a full playlist on the sledge. So, yeah, go have a look, buddy. I'm from the UK, but bought it from Germany. Oh, there you go. Right, wheel spin, model sport, anyone like that. There's if you actually go on there, they will list all the upgraded parts for you. But 110%, I would definitely recommend you changing the gears over. I actually did. I did the spur and pinion straight off the bat. Never had an issue with them. Whereas a lot of people say they failed pretty much immediately. As Craig said, I did manage to get through 10 packs. With the car, I did the 10-pack challenge. And it was actually on the 10th pack that the car failed on me. So they will break. And it is very, very well documented if it's a V1.
Right.
Another thing you might want to consider doing with the sledge is possibly get belted tyres, because it is a good upgrade with that car, because the stock ones balloon like nobody's business.
Yeah, they're a bit nuts. Although I can tell you that these Louise MT uphills have coped perfectly well with 6S on this.
Are they rated for 4S though?
No, I think they will go on 6S. They're belted. They're the MFT versions.
Right, got you.
So yeah, I can put this on 6S, nail the throttle, and they don't balloon. No, they're very good. Well, any of the Louise tyres that have got MFT on them, they're belted.
I'm glad. I started worrying then with that bearing and getting things stuck. I was like, here we go. Here we go.
You sorted it.
Finally. I'm hoping to run this weekend, actually, just to kind of get another feel for it.
Yeah. Ready for when I come down.
Oh, yes. Practice run for Battle of the Beasts and Big Daft Truck Racing League.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As I say, Lenny will be with me next weekend, so I'm definitely going to be going out and playing trucks.
Nice. You can tape up the vent holes inside the wheels to stop them ballooning. You can do that, yeah.
I have done that.
It doesn't take away all the ballooning, mind. I will say that.
No, it does not.
But it will help.
Yeah, with the right amount of power, they will still balloon.
Yeah.
A lot.
Gearing wise, I actually stuck with the stock electrics in mine and I put an 18 tooth in and the car flew on that, to be fair. We are headed in the right direction.
Well, that's always good.
Oh, yes.
It's always good when you're winning.
Yeah, it's not so much fun when you're not, though, is it?
No.
What's your thoughts then, Craig, on this Creighton EXP?
I honestly don't know, because I'd only realised it had started to be sort of released and announced when I was pretty much going out with Lenny.
Yeah.
And then when I've came back, I've watched, I think it was like a 2-minute video that had been released by Armour on YouTube.
Yeah.
That quickly just looks over it and it says, oh, new clipless body and all the rest of it. And then I've came down here and jumped on your live.
This is the way.
So, yeah, my answer is I don't know. That's why I asked when I got here, what is new? Is it just the body? Have they done it just so they can say, oh, we've got a clipless body?
Yeah, see, no, I haven't heard anyone particularly complaining about the clipless body. But on the other hand, I haven't also heard anyone praising the clipless body. It's a weird one. I mean, they say no news is good news.
Yes. The only thing I have seen with some people on some of the clipless bodies, I don't know whether it's that one, is it traps their fingers when they push their finger in. It can be a bit of a finger trapper.
Yeah?
That's what I've seen on a couple of the videos. Because they've got clipless bodies on. Oh, what is it? It's one of the. Is it the smaller ones that have just come out?
The Grom?
Could be. Oh no, it's the new Notorious has got a clipless body, hasn't it?
Yes.
I think I was watching a video on that because I really do like the look of the Notorious. But yeah, somebody had said a couple of times they've got their finger stuck in it. But until I see one in person and I'm able to touch it and have a go myself, I don't really know.
I mean, again, though, if you're a tinkerer e.g., someone like myself, I think I'd probably still go for a V5. Not a V5. The V. If I was going to buy a new one, I'd get the V6 BLX. I think, just pure and simply for near enough all the XB parts are already there. So
yeah. Oh, Mark says, Chris, what are you taking to Heatherton? Xmaxx, obviously.
Team Associated RC8 B3.2. Probably the synchro because that's always the last man standing. xmaxx is definitely one. I don't know, Mojave. I think that would be a good. I think that'd probably be a good one for Heatherton.
Yeah.
Craig.
Yeah.
These wheel hexes have got a lip on one side.
Have they? Let me see. Where are you?
Hang on.
Are you on plastic hexes or metal ones?
Metal.
Oh, I see.
Slightly raised on one side and not so much on the other. Actually, or is that just my eyes?
It looked about the same to me.
Yeah, it did. Don't worry. Ignore me. Ignore me.
Looked kind of the same.
Why are you taking, Mark? Chris Cirque, how can you tell if your diffs need to be shimmed on an armour? Do you check with the dog bones attached or no? Don't. So you take the dog bones out. Basically, remove your suspension, lift that up over the wheels. That's normally what I do. I just rest it on the wheels. Take your diff case out, e.g. the front part. Remove your dog bones, and then grab each side of the diff cup and just see if there's side-to-side lash. If there is side-to-side lash, you would need to shim the crown gear side. So you want to push it as close as you can in towards the input gear. So imagine your input gears here. You want to kind of make it so those teeth are sitting as close as they possibly can before they start. What's the word for it? Grinding? Grinding basically. You don't want them being overly tight. Now there is another way of doing it. If you can't get it to come across any further, you could take the whole diff case out. Now this is quite a long way of doing it. But you could actually shim the input gear closer towards the crown gear, and then shim. That's probably the best way of doing it. But again, it's all dependent on how much time, how much effort you want to put into it. I mean, some people spend days on their shims. You know, taking them out, putting them back in, taking them back out, retesting. Me personally, I normally go the lash side to side until it feels like there's no sort of interference between the gears. They're still running smoothly. So I get them tight, and if I've got two shims in there, I'll remove one. That's the best. Have I said that right there?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Right. Oddly enough, this last clip, I can't actually get back. The reason why I was asking about that lip is it's not. Doesn't seem like it wants to sit in there.
Right. So
it's like if that, you know, the piece of metal that goes over the top of the stub axle
Yeah.
is just a little bit too long.
Is your bearing pushed in all the way?
Very good point.
Yes, so there's a couple of comments about this clipless thing. I've got a Typhon 223 clipless and it's spot on. But then Gareth Manning has said he's got the 223S. Are they two different cars?
No, so the new 3S cars
Is 223.
Yeah.
Because Gareth says he suffers with the finger trapping. Maybe because it's a smaller latch system. So
Gareth Manning?
G Manning RC, blue spanner next to his name is your moderator. So
Oh
no, he hasn't said he's got one. Sorry, I read that wrong. The 223S cars suffer with the finger trapping, is what he's wrote. Maybe because the latch system. Yeah, I thought I had seen it somewhere, Gareth. I wasn't going mad. Yeah, so yeah, I saw that, mate. Sorry, yeah, I was just put in the comments. I haven't got one, but I've seen a few vids on it. Yeah, thought as much. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it. Somebody complained on the Notorious as well that they put their finger in it and they got it stuck. But I suppose you'd learn. It's just a case of learning where you can and can't press.
It's not great though, is it?
Well,
you know, off to the hospital because your finger's stuck in an RC car.
Imagine that, going into A&E with an RC car trapped on your finger.
But you know the best part is when a nurse or doctor comes up and says, "Whatever does the matter seem to be?" You just got a Typhon 3S hanging off your finger.
Oh, that would be funny.
Well, funny you should see that, doctor.
Yeah, funny thing happened. Right, well, I've sorted out my rear arm nut situation.
Right, I'm going absolutely... No, I'm not. It's you. Don't worry. Sorted it.
Apparently, Bournemouth RC has a really good video on shimming these diffs. I bet Chris has been through them a million times. I've never been into an armour diff yet. Well, centre diff I have, but not front or rear.
Right, there's definitely something...
Will Craig be joining in with the Mankini live stream when you hit 5k subs, Chris?
No, because Chris won't be either.
Brushed versus brushless versions of the armours. I'm a sucker for speed and power, so it's always brushless for me. The only time brushed is better is in a crawler, but that's unless you can get the Hobbywing axe systems, because they are buttery smooth and tons of power as well. Yeah, Manning says as long as it's only stuck on your finger. Yeah, yeah. You want to go into late night A&E for that one.
Whatever does the matter seem to be?
I didn't want to stick my finger in it because they get stuck, so I used this instead.
Right, I'm just trying something for science here.
You're trying what? Science?
Yeah. No, it's definitely... This stub axle's not going in as easy.
Okay.
Well, I've done it. You absolute weapon.
What had you done?
Well, I just didn't give the stub axle a...
You just didn't put it in properly, did you?
I'm not going to say that because that sounds wrong. It sounds like we're off to late night A&E again. I didn't give it a tug.
I didn't pull on it hard enough.
Right. And if I lose this clip one more time, I'm going to scream.
Is it too late to throw this outside and get the hose pipe out?
It depends. Is it minus 12 outside?
Oh, probably, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cold when I got home earlier. Gareth.
Go on.
Did you hit it with your purse?
Piss off, Gav. Gareth actually just finished working on my Gladius for me.
Yeah.
So I've got that coming back soon. That'll be interesting. Apparently it's G-Man in tune, so it means
It'll go
that I'm
anywhere,
allowed...
mate. It'll go anywhere.
Yeah, but it also means if it doesn't, I'm allowed to hit him around the head a few times.
With it or with something else?
Well, I don't know. We could definitely go down late night A&E.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to bloody A&E. That place does my nutting. One of my more recent visits to A&E, I was there till about, I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, having a tiny fragment of metal removed out my arm. And I had to go into theatre, and they took this bit out my arm, and then I was going home, and there were some old boys trying to get a taxi home at like 4 in the morning. And the taxi company couldn't get there till like 10. So I was like, oh, I'll give you a lift home, boys. Are you local? Yeah, we're local, but this is like Welsh time local, so they're about 10 miles away. And I had to take them home at that time in the morning. My arm was numb. I couldn't feel my fingers.
That sounds interesting.
Oh, it was an interesting night. Some of the characters that were in A&E at that time, unbelievable.
Oh, we definitely have a wide. That is 110% wider.
Yeah. And then after they'd removed the bit of metal from my arm, the surgeon says to me, well, did you want to keep this bit of metal? I'm like, yes, of course I do.
Why did you want to keep the piece of metal for?
Because it's funny. I've got it over here somewhere. I've got it in a little pot.
I've got it over here somewhere.
On my Welsh dresser. There it is. There it is. It's off the edge of a hammer. I was holding a bar and hitting it with a hammer, and it shattered and fired that fragment deep into my arm. Yeah, Jeff, Craig wanted to weigh it in, mate. If I could, I would.
Scrap metal.
Absolutely.
Cyprian, welcome back.
I'm surprised my workplace didn't charge me for taking product home.
Skid plate. Lovely.
You're going to do your skid plates?
I am doing my skid plate.
Have you? Oh yeah, you've done all your stub axles now.
Yep.
You're all stub axled up.
All stub axled up.
I'll give this a bit of a spray down in the garage rather than hose pipe it outside. Yeah, Cyprian says, yo, my son's in bed and I'm back. Yeah, I'm going to look forward to Hetherington. Heatherton.
Hetherington.
Is it Heatherton or Hetherington?
Oh, flipping heck, sorry, boys. Sorry, you didn't hear anything then, did you?
That's all.
Yeah, well, just as well you didn't hear it then. Yeah, me too. There you go. Skid plate is on. Whee! The only issue I've got, it doesn't actually cover the bit I wanted to cover. Bugger.
Does you want me to make you one out of a handsaw?
No.
That's pretty, that is.
Right. Let's just make sure the wheels turn. Where's my handset? Which means I can now move on. Not tonight, but I can now actually move on and work on the Outcast.
Have you ran that yet?
What, the Outcast?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I've been ill.
I don't know how you contain yourself, man. I wouldn't be able to get a new RC car and not put a battery in it and run it, even if it was just outside the house, just to see it move.
Well, we have had really, really horrible weather recently, though, haven't we?
Yes.
And to be fair, I work, I've got a family. I mean, not that other people don't have it, but it's just that trying to run this channel and also home life and also bad weather and also wrench on all the cars, it's just a lot at the moment, really, to be honest with you.
He's all powered up.
Yeah, I don't know if I should be doing this, though. Hang on.
You're brave holding it in your arms like that.
Those Traxxas fans are noisy. They rattle.
Yes, they do. Yeah, I killed mine.
Right, well, is there a way of making them not rattle?
Yeah, take them out and put rocket ones in.
That is horrendous.
Well, I'd got off Mark the brand
Thank you,
new.
Cyprian. I really appreciate that, my friend.
Brand new motor and brand new fans on the motor. One run and it snapped blades off the fan and then they rattled like hell.
That's probably what I've done then. Is snap the blade somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. You know what it's getting in, don't you? Rocket fans.
That's exactly what I put in mine. I put rocket fans in and then I've put a zip tie through the screw hole of the fan out of the case over the top and tightened it so now they don't rattle. And it's a lot better.
Yeah, that definitely gives it a little bit more girth, doesn't it?
Yes.
Sweet. She is all done. Now, for now, right. What's the date today?
6th. Write
this down in your book. I'm done with upgrading the xmaxx.
Until next week's episode. Oh, okay. What's that for then?
Well, simple jobs turned out to be actually a bastard.
Yeah, so
he's a Welshman. They have no fear.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that.
Send it.
Send it.
So I've just spotted in this battery tray, there's like 2 little slots in the back of it towards the inside of the chassis.
Mm-hmm.
And then like one of the armour rubber tabs that have like the body clip retainers.
Yeah.
Is that those 2 slots there for balance plugs?
Yes.
Ah.
Nice little thing. Only thing I will say to you, that everyone I know who's ever used them has ended up ripping the balance plugs off.
Well, no, I'm not using them then. There we go. That's that question answered. I was going to say, how the bloody hell do you put them in safely? But there you go. That answers my question.
Yeah, I've never used them, mate. All I've ever heard is horror stories.
Yeah. Yeah, the answer is you don't use them.
Yeah, it seems like a great idea. Thank you, Amma, very much. Yeah, it seems brilliant. Until it's not.
It's the right idea, poorly executed.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. It's all right. I'm sure Traxxas will see that and come out with a better idea.
Ooh, ooh, handbags. That's it. You've been knocked off Horizon's list.
Yeah, they wouldn't send me anything.
There's some little guy in America
like, we're sending him nothing.
That's a guy in America sat behind a Horizon desk going, Craig's crash and bash. Screw him, man.
Yeah. No, they would watch my stuff and be like, we ain't sending nothing to. I'll be surprised if anybody wants to send me anything. But he doesn't care. He just abuses it. Yeah. It's a toy.
I don't know. I wouldn't be so hard on yourself there.
It's a bit of fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't be so hard on yourself. I mean, you're the other side of it. You're stress testing.
Oh yeah, I'll test it. I will. I'm not scared of breaking something.
Well, having said that, though, I mean, I suppose I am. In the sense of, I drive them as hard as I can on rough ground.
Yeah, yeah. I think old Dusty looks brutal, mate. Really brutal.
It's not as easy as people think, Craig. I promise you that.
Well, I can understand because I run on very similar ground.
Yeah.
And although I've never been to Old Dusty, I do understand what that sort of old waste ground, old mining areas, I know what they're like.
Yeah, they're not always fun.
They're not as smooth as they look on camera.
No, I mean, when I ran the xmaxx, I don't often swear on my main videos, but I hit that rock in the middle of Old Dusty, and the only word I had was a very loud fuck. That's literally the only word I could think of at that point.
Yeah. Mark says they send Thunder RC stuff.
Yeah, you're right there, Mark. You are right.
I didn't realise they send him stuff. I didn't know if he bought it. I ain't worried. I'm not in it for that.
Good old Rocky.
He is alright. I do like his videos. I just watch his videos and think, I need a ramp like that.
I just like when he lands, he's got that kind of 80s sound effect. You know, like if you're watching Knight Rider or something. Or you got the lightning strike.
Yeah, and that thunder. Yeah, thunder and lightning. Yeah, that's good.
Today's a good day, guys. We've upgraded something and it's not broken.
Yeah.
Winning. Electric, how you doing? Thanks for joining, my friend.
I was thinking with some of my big air videos, I might do you know the really old sort of Batman and Robin films where you'd get the cartoon style pow and crash pop up on the screen.
That's quite appropriate for your channel, mind, really.
Yeah, I might do some of that. Pow as it hits the floor face first.
Crash as it bounces off a tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the next project is going to be, and I'm not going to do anything now, but oh, my good Lord.
Yeah.
I really didn't expect it to be as heavy as it is, mind. I'll be straight with you.
They're
Everyone goes,
so heavy.
oh, they're heavy cars. I thought, nah, can't be that bad. Can't be that bad. What are you on about?
They're really heavy.
They're definitely heavy. Which surprises me because it's got plastic shock towers.
Hey?
I'd shit you not. Look.
No way.
Great big plastic shock towers.
Well, fair dues.
So I'll quickly go over and show people at home.
Yeah, Mark says, yes, you do, Craig. Death ramp, here we come.
So, 8S standard system. It has brand new, brand spanking new scorched hubs, RPM arms, scorched hubs again, scorch titanium turnbuckles. There is a big issue with the front. All the shims have been added. So if you look, it's actually got toe in rather than what should be toe out. So that's easy enough to fix. Checked the firmware on this the other day. So I have done a little bit of work. I'm updating the firmware. It's gone from version 309 to 7.25. So it's now running the latest. It's got a 30-degree north 5th scale servo in there, along with, see the size of the servo saver? It's absolutely massive.
That is a beast.
Yeah, well, apparently where a lot of the problem is the servo saver doesn't rest on anything. See the little red bit there?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what is where the problem is. It needs a support, so it's leaning on there.
Right.
Overall, generally clean. I have noticed he's put a great big pinion in there. So
speed.
But overall, she's pretty clean.
It looks good, mate. It looks good.
Yeah, but there you go. Look, plastic shock towers.
That is nuts. Are you bringing that to the 10B event?
Well, it'd be rude not to.
I think so. Yeah.
Is it going to be any good at handling? No.
It's probably going to be better than an xmaxx.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Hiya, George. How you doing? Thanks for joining, buddy. But yeah, it's got a bunch of GPM stuff on there, like hinge pin holders and top plates, and so managed to pick this up for 500 quid.
Bargain, that is.
500 quid for an 8S truck, and it came with all the spares he took off, a bunch of upgraded shafts to go in. Yeah, long short, I think I did all right with that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think so.
But the downside is I no longer have a big rock.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
So
right, Craig.
What 6S armour have you got?
6S armour. I have.
Oh, you got the Mojave. Yeah, the Mojave.
The Showboat, the Notorious.
Yeah, I forgot that you had that. Yeah.
So yeah, all singing, all dancing. Everything's been done on that.
Yeah.
And I've also got the Limitless.
Yeah.
Which,
You're bringing that to the Basher event?
yes. Yes, why not?
Send that round the track.
Well, send up the big ramp.
Yeah. You know I would.
Craig, I think we need to call this a day.
Yeah, definitely. I've run out of tea.
And I best go up the house from divorced.
Yeah. My wife's probably happy I'm down here.
No, shit. To be fair, my wife is a big help. So since things have got really busy in my life, she's actually worked out a schedule for me.
Oh, nice.
I know, bless her. Good girl. So Mondays is my day off. Tuesdays I work in the shed and do videos. Wednesdays is another day off. Thursday I do live streams. Friday is video day and hopefully running as soon as the weather gets better.
Yeah.
Saturday is normally a running day. Sunday's normally a running day. So she's spot on.
Look, there's my wife now, Mrs. Crash and Bash. Yes, I am. Yeah, she's happy I'm out the way. She'll say things to me like at the weekend. So, are you and Mark going out this weekend? I'll be like, oh no, probably not. I'm just going to be here. Oh. So, you're just going to be in the house all weekend?
Well, my missus loves watching television series.
Yes.
So she's up there now. I think she's currently re-watching, of all things, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, God. That's old.
Yeah, well, not as old as me.
No.
Bearing in mind, there's 10 years difference between me and my wife.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. I'm 21 and she's 31. Guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching the stream.
Yep.
And we are going to call it a night now because time is getting on.
Yes.
We've all got homes to go to.
That's it.
I want to say a huge thank you for everyone who's joined in and all the donations, obviously, towards the channel as well. I really do appreciate it. Honestly, thank you very much. Huge thank you to Craig for, well, basically hijacking the live stream.
Yeah, I don't know why you're thanking me. I give you no choice, really, did I? I just turned up.
Yeah, no, he just turned up. But can I come on, please? He's like that child when you're a kid, you know. I'm not coming out to play, and he'd come and knock your door. Hello, Mrs. Leonard. Is your son in, please?
Yeah.
Huge thank you to everyone obviously watching all the videos, all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Guys, go over, hit Craig's channel, give him some love, and basically, subscribe.
Bye.
Tatty bye. Have a good one, guys.